परम पूज्य सोना रिम्पोचे की दूरदर्शी सोच और प्रयासों से, परम पावन दलाई लामा के आशीर्वाद से भारत के टेलीविजन इतिहास में पहली बार शुरू हुआ है एक टेलीविजन कार्यक्रम जो समर्पित है भगवान बुद्ध के दर्शन, ज्ञान और बौद्ध परंपराओं को। कार्यक्रम में दुनिया के तमाम बड़े बौद्ध धर्मगुरु, बौद्ध ज्योतिष शास्त्री रोज आप तक पहुंचा रहे हैं अमूल्य जानकारियां। सबसे पहले देखिए बौद्ध धर्म से जुड़ी महत्वपूर्ण जानकारियां।
साक्षात् ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरु उतस भगवान गोविंद सदा वृक्षराज नमस्ते। आज हम लोग बड़ा उत्सव के साथ उस महापुरुषों की यादगारी में हम लोग उपस्थित, हमारे चीफ गेस्ट महोदय, हमारे मगध प्रमंडल गया के प्रमुख और नगर आयुक्त गया के भी सभी उपस्थित एवं भिक्षुक संगण हमारे बंधु एवं और आए गए जो देश विदेश के जो हैं उनको हम बार बार नमस्कार करता हूँ। इस जयंती के अवसर पर हम लोग एक उनकी यादगारी और एक आध्यात्मिक चेतना के लिए उपस्थित होते हैं और उनकी स्मृति को, उनकी सीधे ज्ञान को हम लोग बुद्ध का ज्ञान कहते हैं। इसलिए हम लोग कहते हैं बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि, माने सीधे ज्ञान की प्राप्ति करने। इसलिए जाति पाति भेदभाव और अज्ञानता, धर्म परिवर्तन या मूल जल को यह समझना चाहिए। जैसे मूले ब्रह्मा त्वचा विष्णु सखा में डाले डाले पत्ते देवानाम च नमस्तुते। हर जैसे पत्ते में यह विष्णु ब्रह्मा महेश ये सब और देवता विराजते हैं। उसी तरह हमारे भगवान बुद्ध जो है महात्मा हो कर एक सीधे ज्ञान प्राप्त कर हम लोग को यह शिक्षा बताए हैं और शिक्षा दिए हैं। और विदेशी की ओर से हमारे देव भी आए हुए यहाँ पर मेन चीफ गेस्ट एवं मगध प्रमंडल महोदय एवं नगर आयुक्त महोदय सबको हम लोग बीटीएम से ओर के धन्यवाद देता हूँ।
आपने सुना है वैदिक ज्योतिष के बारे में, आपने सुना है पश्चिमी ज्योतिष के बारे में। भारत के टेलीविजन इतिहास में पहली बार हिमालय के रहस्यमय इलाकों की ज्योतिष शास्त्र की गणना से जानिए क्या कहते हैं आपकी किस्मत के सितारे। तिब्बत, नेपाल और भारत के हिमालय क्षेत्रों की बौद्ध संस्कृति ने अपना विशेष ज्योतिष शास्त्र विकसित किया है। बौद्ध ज्योतिष शास्त्र जिसमें होता है 12 साल का एक चक्र। पहले साल का प्रतिनिधित्व माउस यानी चूहा करता है। इसी तरह वृष, बाघ, खरगोश, ड्रैगन, सांप, घोड़ा, भेड़, बंदर, पक्षी, कुत्ता और सुअर 12 सालों का प्रतिनिधित्व करते हैं। बौद्ध ज्योतिष शास्त्र की गणना काफी सटीक मानी जाती है। तो क्या कहते हैं आपकी किस्मत के सितारे, जानिए बुद्धिस्ट एस्ट्रोलॉजर से।
Namaskar, Tristile. My name is Kunka Tindu. I'm an astrologer from Tibet Medical and Astro Institute. The following are daily prediction for the month of September. 19 September 2010, Sunday, 12th lunar day and 8th lunar month. The elemental combination is Earth, Fire. Is a bad combination. It brings lot of sufferings, but activities related to defeating enemies is forceful. This day is not a good day to start new business or trades. In this day, success is there. Thus, avoid undertaking Tarsek therapies. Pumtong is at its direction, so important activities should not be done while facing its direction. 20th September 2010, Monday, 12th lunar day, 8th lunar month. Elemental combination is earth water, which is good elemental combination, and it has the potential to bring youthfulness and happiness. Good day for having parties, games, wearing fashionable clothes, and etc. This day is especially good for people of dog year. However, this is not a good year to start business or engagement in important business assignments. Raising up the prayer flags are okay. Pumtong or empty vase is at its direction, so important activities should not be done while facing at the east. 21st September 2010, Tuesday, 13th lunar day, 8th lunar month. The elemental combination is fire water. It's that elemental combination which has energy to bring death. In contrary, negative activities such as killing, concocting poison, and curses will be forceful. Avoid new child birth celebrations and taking baby out of the home for the first time is not good. Especially this day is not good for people who belong to monkey and bird year. Pumtong is at its direction, so important roles should not be done while facing its direction. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow at same time in same channel.
इस अवसर पर दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के उप कुलगुरु दीपक पेंटल जी ने उनका स्वागत किया।
To welcome His Holiness the Dalai Lama.
इस सम्मेलन में उन्होंने जीवन क्या है इस विषय पर विद्यार्थी और शिक्षकगण को संबोधित किया।
So we are, my generation, ready to say goodbye. But your generation, now only 10 years passed, 90 years yet to come of this century. So I always pray and wish, and also telling people, 20th century become century of bloodshed. through that way, of course, to concerned people, I think some foolishly get some satisfaction, but otherwise much more suffering as a result of violence. And the problem still remains there. Then on top of that, including global warming. And I think already this is some unprecedented survey. We say, unprecedented sort of, or say things, flood, immense in Pakistan, in Ladakh, and of course on the part of the world, a lot of fire. So this, I think we already now witness, you see, due to our carelessness and I think too much greed, too much exploitation, without paying sufficient attention for protection of the whole globe. So these are, I think, a result of our thinking in 20th century. Now you, generation who belongs to 21st century, take experience which we are now facing as a result of past negligence or mistake. Now we must build this century, more peaceful century, and peace not come through prayer, but peace must, we human beings must create peace. Logically, violence, war created by human being. So the other side, peace also we must create. So peace does not mean no longer problem. Problem will remain. So long we human beings remain, problem, disagreement always remain. Then what we should do is, whenever we face some problems, we must find solution, peaceful solution or solution through dialogue. So usually I describe this 21st century now should be century of dialogue. So you belongs now that generation. So indeed I am very happy and great honor to interact with you. What is the meaning of life? I don't know. Perhaps I am Buddhist and I study many Buddhist texts which wrote by Nalanda masters or Nalanda professors like Nagarjuna or these things. But I am not talking, I'm not talking as a Buddhist, but maybe in my whole idea, my whole view, some kind of combination, the Nalanda tradition which always open mind and a little bit skeptical, then analyze, which we Buddhists call analytical meditation. It is very useful. Should not consider as a religion, but simply, you see, the proper way to see the reality. Open mind, skeptical, investigation, analytical, analyze. So very helpful. So that part, as a result of meeting with many scientists. So basically my way of thinking is very scientific way. So now I am talking to you from the viewpoint of some kind of combination, modern science and Buddhist analytical system. So then purpose of our life or our sort of existence. All things which have life, including rocks, stones, of course much longer period, but there is life. So every sort of living thing, they, by nature, they have the right to exist, to survive. Those phenomena which have life, but no consciousness, no cognitive power, no feeling, pain and pleasure. That's one category. Another category, living thing, who have life, but also they have the experience of pains and pleasure. One time my discussion with late Verala, Francis Verala, his sort of definition, right? Living being, anything which have ability to move from here, there, that consider sentient being, not just a chemical matter, but there is motivation, desire, experience. So, a thing like he mentioned, the smallest living being is amoeba, can have the ability to move. So, that physical movement, not just a chemical matter, right? Chemical factor, but there is desire, there is the motivation part, like that. So we belong to that category. We are human beings. Not only that mind or consciousness or feeling, but also due to this brain, say, great potential of thinking, vision. And also because of this brain, our memory is much sort of stronger than other animals' memory.
कल आप देखेंगे परम पावन दलाई लामा जी के जीवन क्या है इस व्याख्यान का अगला भाग।